Hi everybody, it's Leah with Family Heritage Living. Today I'm going to be making a hash brown or tater tot casserole. I'm calling it tater tot because that's what I have on hand and that's what I'm going to use. This is a sour cream cheesy casserole. It is compared similar to that where a lot of people like to go to the restaurant Cracker Barrel for their Hashbrown Casserole, so it's along those lines. We have to do a couple things different with the hash brown because hash browns are intended when they're made to be crispy going into the oven, and we don't want crispy yet because we don't want the inside of that casserole to be crispy. We want it to be moist. So here's what we have to do. We have to take a stick of butter and preferably melt it first. Your tater tots should be thawed. That would make it easier. They don't have to be to make it easier. My butter is not melted first, so I'm going to have to work a little harder at this to make sure that it gets coated. We're going to take it to the stove. Now, of course, you might ask, why are you using tater tots and not hash browns? Because, again, I didn't have hash browns, and it sounded good. So, Grandma would say, use what you got. Well, of course, my grandma would say, go to the store and get it. But somewhere down the road, her grandma would have said, use what you got. Okay, so the point in doing this is that you're going to coat your tater tots, again, because you don't want them crispy. Not yet, anyways. And then you just start to smash them a little bit. And you can see they look like a hash brown, a store-bought hash brown. You can, of course, use your fresh potatoes if you would like. You just have to dice them or shred them. This is just something that, again, it's quick and easy right now, and this is what I had. Real simple basic recipe. It calls for about a cup of diced onion. So I'm going to put those in. It calls for a can of cream of mushroom soup or cream of chicken. I make my own, so I'm going to be using a couple cups of my homemade chicken soup, and I'm going to be putting a video at the end of this casserole video showing a link to this soup if you're interested. It's super easy, super cheap to make, and so much better than canned soup. And look how creamy and thick that is. And that's with chicken bone broth too. Okay, so then it calls for everyone's favorite sour cream, about a 16-ounce container or two cups. Then a pinch of salt. Okay, maybe 2 pinches of salt. A little black pepper. We're going to stir that up before we add the cheese. Now, I know a lot of recipes of this. When you look on the internet, they got this lovely orange cheese on top. But my cheese ain't orange. So this recipe is going to look a little pale when I pull it out of the oven, except for some browning, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. Cheddar, sharp cheddar. You can use a mild. You can use a Colby if you prefer. About 2 cups in the casserole itself. And I'm going to cook it for a few minutes before I put the topping of cheese on. Probably about 20-25 minutes. I'll see how my oven's running. All right, I'm going to put that in the oven. We'll be back here in a few. So if you're in a conventional oven, it's going to be about 350 degrees, and the recipe calls for about 40-45 minutes. That's going to vary if your oven runs a little hot or a little cool. I'm doing mine, of course, in my wood cook stove, so mine will probably only be about 20-25 minutes in there, and probably about 15 or 20 before I pull it out to put the cheese on top. So just be mindful of your oven and its temperament. It's like a woman. Ovens do have different temperaments. Also, these are often done in 9x13 pans. I just use my enamel Dutch oven a lot for casseroles because it holds the heat well for me in the oven and stuff. All right, so this is what it looks like. It looks really good. It smells even better. It's the onions wafting together, isn't it? So Ron's going to taste test it for us. Hopefully he doesn't burn his tongue off. Come over here. Can you see him? Can you see him?
Smells really good.
Molly says so too. So does Daisy. Don't burn yourself. Wish you could get Molly.
I think she thinks so too. That is good, baby.
Okay, all right. So again, you can use the shredded store-bought hash browns, you can use the tater tots as I showed you today, or you can use your own potatoes, diced thinly or shaven. So if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Again, sharing on your social platforms for us really is a benefit for us, and we appreciate it when you do that. If you have any comments, suggestions, if you try this recipe, please be sure to leave a comment below this video. And we will talk soon. God bless.